Hello everyone, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who have been following my channel for quite a while now and all of the latest news, you will have heard of the Dread Solstice campaign. This is the long teased global campaign which is coming to Age of Sigmar based around the Malign Portents. First things first, I want to just do a massive shout out and thank you to Snitch Tongue, who is a guy who came and supported me on Patreon, and yeah, this guy's giving me $25 a month, which is absolutely insane, so thank you so much. But I was actually talking to this guy earlier today, and we were talking about the book review I did for the Malign Portents book, which I uploaded yesterday, I think, and it suddenly occurred to me that there's a reason that little book does not contain a huge narrative campaign for us to follow along with like the Realmgate War books do. And that is because of the Dread Solstice campaign. Because basically what is coming to Malign Portents with this campaign is a branched narrative. And what that means is we as the players are going to decide how those events unfold. And something that's really cool is Games Workshop is being really inclusive here. In fact, to be honest, they have been with the whole of Malign Portents, because first of all they've had the painting competition, and second of all, everyone who's more into the hobby aspect and the painting and the collecting can completely get involved in this campaign too. But I'll talk more about that in a minute. This campaign lets you decide on the outcome of events. And the way that this will play out is basically in fact there's a diagram down here. So for each week of the campaign, you will be given a dilemma. And based on what the outcome of that week is, that will decide which dilemma you have in the week after. So I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. Let's just have a look at this whole article and see what details we can pick out of it. So the first thing is, it says you're not going to be fighting for your Grand Alliance, but your choice of fates. That's a bit strange, because obviously we're all going to be assuming that we're fighting for a Grand Alliance, and obviously you will be using your given Grand Alliance, but what I think they mean by that is it is all about the choices you make and the narrative that will unfold as a consequence of your choices and decisions. So it's not like a case of saying, okay, well, this week the Death Alliance won and therefore Death will be victorious. I think it's more a case of, okay, so loads of people voted on this outcome and therefore the storyline will head in that direction, which may or may not head in favour of the Death faction and Nagash and all of his grand plot, or it may head in the direction of other factions, but it's not quite as clear cut as just, oh yeah, Order are going to win or Death are going to win, which sounds quite exciting. Okay, so it says the campaign is going to take the form of a 3-part tree campaign. So there are 3 chapters, and each chapter lasts 2 weeks. In every week, you are presented with a new dilemma. Each dilemma basically has 3 outcomes, or fates as they call it. You have to cast your votes on which outcome or fate you would like to follow. And the way that you get points is to either win games, or as I said earlier, paint miniatures. The great thing here is that they are promising there are going to be far-reaching consequences, not just for the campaign itself, but just for the entire narrative of the Mortal Realms and Malign Portents. Okay, so going back to this diagram, it starts on the 15th, it's currently the 12th, so we've got 3 days till it starts. We've got the 3 different chapters, and each one is broken into 2 weeks. Now this illustrates it quite nicely, because in week 1 you'll be given your dilemma, and at the moment we don't know what these dilemmas are, and I'm guessing we will find out on the 15th. You will have your dilemma, participate in these specific battles, because each dilemma will come with a specific scenario and set of rules that you have to abide by, and upon either winning the games or taking part in the painting events, you choose your outcome. And say everyone voted for the skull. That means in week 2, you will have a completely different dilemma to if the eye or the drake had won. And then from week 2, it's the same deal again. You've got a brand new dilemma, and then depending on what the outcomes are, you will all place your votes, and you have a chance again of either the Skull, the Eye, or the Drake winning, and so on and so forth until all 6 weeks and 3 chapters are done. So as it says, as you can see, choosing one set of options can alter the outcomes in later weeks of the campaign. Getting involved in the campaign is simple. All you need to do is head down to your nearest participating store. So it's even saying that some of the independent retailers are going to be getting involved, which is pretty cool. You can report your victories and they are added to a tally. If you win a game, you're allowed to make 1 vote. And if you paint a complete War Scrolls worth of models, you can also get 1 vote. It says it has to have been purchased during the campaign, so hopefully they're going to be a little bit lenient on that, because obviously loads of people have just gone out and bought models for the painting competition, so whether they'll let you use some of that as well, hopefully they will. So here we go. How can you take part? You go to the Malign Portents website, which gives you the current dilemma. You win the battles or paint the units. Register your points at your local store, and then you use those points to choose one of the 3 outcomes, and whatever outcome was the most popular will pass into the next week to give you a completely different dilemma. And basically whatever outcome you pick is pretty key to what comes next, because you will actually get completely different rules added to the game for each of the different dilemmas in the subsequent week. So, yep, it sounds pretty exciting to me. Then at the end, you just get the spiel of buy a Harbinger and get the Malign Portents book, and we'll see you on the 15th. So, we obviously don't know exactly what the dilemma is going to be for the first week, and as soon as I know, I will make a video to keep you guys updated. But I'm very excited. You guys know that I love the lore, so anything narrative based, and I'm completely into that. I really do actually want to get involved in this because it sounds like a lot of fun, and even if it's a case of only getting involved in the painting, it just completely depends on how much time I'm going to have over the next few weeks. I tend to be way too busy all the time at the moment, and if I'm not doing my full-time job, or this course I've just started to do with work as well, then I am making these videos. So it all just depends on how much time I've got, but it just sounds like an awful lot of fun, and I would like to get involved, and I'd like to say that I helped choose the narrative of Age of Sigmar and Malign Portents. But anyway, let me know down below if you guys are getting involved. Let me know if you're excited, and yeah, hopefully like me, you guys can see it makes sense that the Malign Portents book was more of a gameplay handbook for the campaign rather than a really well thought out narrative, because it seems like Games Workshop want the global campaign to actually decide the narrative. It's not set in stone right now. They've set up the scenario and then they want us to play it out to decide exactly what's going to happen. It's a pretty cool concept, it's pretty exciting, and I'm all for it. So yeah, give me your opinions down below, and I will see you guys really soon. I am going to be following this video up maybe tomorrow, depends on how much time I have, with a review of the Start Collecting Stormcast Eternal Vanguard set, because a few of you have requested me to do that review. But obviously there's tons and tons for me to talk about. I just wish I had more time, really, because there's so much exciting stuff going on in Age of Sigmar at the moment. But anyway, stay awesome. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. And also you can support me on Patreon. The link is in the description of this video. Stay awesome, and I will see you guys soon.